glass half full or half empty after last weekend?
Well, I suppose the first half up until the last minute we were good. I felt we were competing well, and we'd put ourselves in a good position, and we conceded a late try which knocked the stuffing out of us a little bit, and then they controlled the game much better second half, and we came off second best in probably territory and attacking stakes, and we've seen that time and time again over the last 3 or 4 games where you give opposition that much ball and territory, it's going to be tough day, and we did battle hard, but battling hard is one thing, and actually getting a performance and achieving something is another thing. But for 40 minutes I thought we were matching them in all areas, and it was just the second half we came off, and they controlled it much better with the quality that they had in their team as well. You probably expect that to a certain extent.
Gary Fowler was in you earlier talking about full back. Obviously, is that an option for you now? Obviously, with Liam involved with Wales, is that what you're looking at in terms of Gareth?
I think he does cover a couple of positions, and full back is one position which he hasn't played for a while. He's played at 12 for ourselves and for Netherlands when he was coming back from injury. We see him as covering 12, 15 and possibly 10. So at the moment we have got a shortage in the back three, and we have to look for the best solution there. And Jordan Williams isn't far off, and hopefully he'll be training with us this week and next week with a view to possibly getting some game time at the end of next week, which would be another really good option. But we are just a little bit thin in our back three at the moment.
Rob McCusker likely to be involved this weekend?
That'll be a call make probably tomorrow. We're back in tomorrow, so it's probably a call we need to make tomorrow. But he does have the fracture of the sinus, and it's not displaced or anything, so it's not a bad thing. But it's also with what's coming up, we might not be able to. We might not be able to select him with a view to the next 4 games.
Okay. So what are your back row options? Similar to last weekend then, I suppose, isn't it?
And the other guys would be Lewis again, Dwayne Eager, Kieran and Sione has come back in. So so we've got one more option there.
In terms of this tournament, obviously qualification is out of the question now, but how would you see this final game now against Leicester, who are likely to come down strong?
Yeah, I mean they'll come as strong as they can, I would have thought, but they're missing quite a few as well. So there'd be probably a balance to both sides in terms of selection, and we obviously can't qualify, which we did last year for the semi-finals, but we can obviously finish it on a high, playing at home. And obviously looking ahead to the next 4 weeks is so important that we get some momentum and get a performance really, and a result would be very good as well. So it's a combination of things, but the next 4 weeks is the key to our season really, in terms of getting ourselves back in that top 4 while we still have so many players away.
In terms of the side you're thinking about putting out, because you can't go any further, what sort of strength are you thinking of putting? Full strength side out, or more of a development side?
It'd be a combination. As I said, building up to next week is important, to building some momentum. With a balance to that is we've still got injuries, even with the players that are with us. So we've still got to look at certain individuals that will probably not play this week, but will come into contention for next week. So it's just a balance between getting some performance and getting a result really, but balance that out with what's ahead of us with 4 really important league games coming up.
And in terms of Saturday's big match at Millennium Stadium, mixed emotions, I imagine, for you looking at it. How do you see it going? Yeah,
it's a tough one to call. There's no form going into the first game, so you don't really know where sides have come from in terms of their preparation. Ireland had a very, very convincing win at the end of the autumn internationals against Argentina, who for me were a little bit fatigued anyway, so there was a few factors in that, and Wales probably should have beaten Australia. So it's hard to call for the first game because there's no games to go off really apart from what's happened a few months ago. But as I say, I think it's really tight. I'll probably sit on the fence all the way because I've got far too many links to both camps. So I think like any game for Wales in particular, if they can get some of their strike runners into the game and the back line, they're always going to be difficult to handle. And Wales showed that in the World Cup against Ireland. So it'll be down to who gets as many of their ball carriers into the game. Ireland didn't do that in the World Cup in that game, and they lost out because of that. So I think that's a big factor. Ireland have probably got most of their ball carriers in the back row with Heaslip, O'Brien and O'Mahony, and Wales have got them in sort of back three and centres. So it's a good battle really, and one that is difficult to call.